All right, guys, you know what time it is. Time to see what is in my Rainbow Resource box. So these are ones that came from our charter school. So it has been literally probably 2 months since I put this order in. So I legit don't remember what's in here. It's already kind of like Christmas, but you know, I've been waiting probably nearly 2 months for this stuff. So I'm super excited to see what's in here because I don't remember. So these are the Passport to Reading, and these are book trackers, reading trackers. So they do have places to log their reading, but I thought this would be a fun way for them to keep track of where we are going specifically with our world books. So any of our novels or historical fiction type things that we're reading that take place in other locations around the world. I thought it would be fun to log here. These are not super thick, so I may end up having to order more. We'll see. I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 in here. And then I also got the regular passports and flags so that they can track their travels that way as well. I've got the Building the Great Wall of China interactive books. So these are like those choose your own adventure books. I think I came across one in one of my other books and kind of told you guys about them. They're like the ones that we had growing up, the choose your own adventure books. However, these ones are based on historical events. So they get to make decisions about how they would want to handle a situation, and they find out how it would affect them based on history. Christmas Around the World, I got this because we are going to, since we're doing world studies, we're going to do Christmas around the world this year, and so I thought that this would be a fun addition to that. Archimedes and the Door of Science is for our ancient history study. I've read a lot of good things about this one, so I'm excited about that one. This one is called A Sentence a Day. It is proofreading 1 sentence a day, just as it says. So my intent is to use this in our morning time. The kids will have a journal where I will kind of cover up the notes at the bottom, and they can write down just the sentence at the top and then edit it, and then we can go through and kind of correct it together. Okay, let's see here. I've got the Great Ancient China Projects you can build yourself. I really like this series of books. I enjoy that it takes you through the history and the story, and then it overlaps activities. So it's just a really open and go to some extent way to go through it. It overlaps nicely with some of the other studies that we are doing, and it just is kind of, I don't have to think so hard about, well, where should I put this activity and where should I put that one? It literally walks you right into the activity with information that pertains. So this is another trip around the world. Now there are 3 of these, and I think they're all 3 in this box, but this is, oh, hello. I have a visitor. I think this is for Expedition Earth is where she recommends using this. And this goes through different countries. So there are 3 of these, like I said. So each set of countries in those are varied depending on which one it is. I haven't had a chance to really look through these yet, so I'm going to see it with you. These are the countries that it approaches. Let's see here. So our first stop is going to be in Panama. We get the flag, we get to see where it is on the map, some information, some fascinating facts, ooh, some language activities. I like that. That looks like fun. A Panamanian poem, a recipe, some activities, looks like a coloring page, the flag, a map, and then some teacher resources. So that looks like it is a list of maybe books that you can use that are related to that country. And then it goes into the next country. So this is going to be a fun addition to our studies. There are a couple of countries that I found a lot of information on and a lot of activities and coloring pages, and there were some I just really couldn't find stuff that I loved. So this is going to be really fabulous for those countries that I was just really struggling with coming up with topics or recipes or activities or that type of thing. So I'm kind of excited about this book, and there should be 3 of them that we will encounter. So I took a picture of one of these for our Civil War unit. These are famous figures of ancient times, and they're really cool. They're movable paper figures that you can cut, color, and assemble. So what's so neat about this is in the front, you get little cards that tell you about all of the different people inside the book. This is a really big one too, you guys. The Civil War one is a lot thinner, but this is a hefty book here. And then you come back here and you've got each of the different people that we're learning about, and there are 2 versions of it, which is fabulous because my son is not a colorer, my daughter is. So we have 2 versions of these people that we can build. They can choose to take the already colored one or to color their own. And it is amount of cutting, but you know what we do is we'll take turns reading, and whoever's not reading does the cutting. And then we also found, just as a side note, if you decide you want to use these, we have a hole punch, but it is not a traditional hole punch that pokes a really big hole. It actually makes a really tiny hole, and it's just enough to make it easier to get the brad inside. And so it's pretty cool. It worked very, very well when we were doing our Colonial Soldier the other day. We had some problems with this is thick cardstock, so don't get me wrong when I say it was kind of tearing. It is good quality, thick cardstock. However, it still was, wanting to tear the paper just a little bit when we were sticking the brads in. And so poking a little hole first with that hole punch made a huge difference. So if you're interested in seeing that, drop it in the comments and I will find out where I got it from or give you a link or something so that you can get that hole punch, because that was pretty helpful. So here is a new trip around the world. So the countries covered in this one, if I can show you real quick. And I'm imagining that this is going to be a very similar layout. Yeah, pretty similar. Fun. I'm looking forward to those. We're still on North America, so I haven't needed a lot of that stuff yet, but it's gonna come in handy. So this is a Logic Safari. This is the 3rd book out of 3, so it's the most advanced one. But I was looking through it and I just really wanted to try it because it reminded me of the logic games that we used to do when I was in like 3rd and 4th grade, and I loved them. So you're basically going through and you're taking clues and you're narrowing down the answers using logic to figure out, whatever the scenario is. And then they get more and more complex as you get to the further back into the book. So I thought those would be fun to try. All right. We have a catapult because we are going to be learning about the Romans, and I thought that would be fun to build. I like to do those kinds of things when we're doing reading out loud. It keeps the kids busy, gives them something to do, just so that their hands are moving while we're reading, and then they're not worried. Okay, so this is, I was trying to look, I don't remember the name, here we go. Art and History. And we've done a couple of these. We did this for the colonial times, but this one is a I don't know how to say it. You're gonna judge me, huh? Canopic jar. It's the one the Egyptians used. That looks like it has a little head on it. Anyhow, it's a little ceramic item that they can paint. My son's not really into that stuff, so I only got the one. This one is a Mayan ancient dig. So when we do the Mayans, my daughter probably, although my son might want to help with this, they can dig down and discover what's inside. And then another item to build when we learn about Leonardo da Vinci. And don't underestimate the amazingness of the Professor Noggins games. We absolutely love these. So I collect them anytime I run into them at thrift stores or anything like that, but I did not have these ones that all pertained. I do have the World Countries, I think is one of them that I already had. But we love Professor Noggins games. I like how simple they are to pull out, how easy they are to play, how easily we can adjust to them for the age levels, and these are really fun for traveling too, because we can literally just kind of play it in the car or sitting in a restaurant, so they travel well. So we have the Explorer US version, and we really enjoyed playing it, and so I went ahead and got the World one. And then we enjoy puzzles that relate to our topics, And so I got these 6 geo puzzles. So we've got the world one, and then the USA and Canada, which I'm going to bust out so we can go ahead and build while we're studying it. And then Europe, Africa, Asia, and Latin America. So as we are studying each of those continents, we will pull this guys out, and we usually just keep a table out and work on them as we go. Let's see, we've got around the world in 50 ways. And this is a choose your own travel adventure. It tells you how to use the book. Welcome to London. And then we get to decide where we want to go next. And then depending on what you choose, you're going to go to a different page. So let's see what's on page 8. We're going on a cruise ship, and then we get to decide where we're going to go next. So it's kind of just a fun way to travel around, see the different ways that we can travel, the different places that we can go. One of them was 72, so this would be our next stop. So just kind of a fun, you know, travel book, kind of follows our whole global learning experience. I thought it would be fun to use. We've got World Myths and Legends, 25 projects that you can build yourself. Again, love these types of books. I enjoy the ease of opening, going, and already having the things planned for us. So this is going to overlap with our ancient unit stuff. Passport to the World, A to Z guided language tour. And oh, looky there. What I didn't realize was that there was a passport in here. Well, that's a nifty little surprise. So now you know if you didn't. And it shows you how to use the passport book. Here's a map of your language journey. History of languages. And then it takes you through the different languages, a place where you'll find them. This looks fun. I'm excited for this. Oh, look, and then there's the little stickers at the back. Well, there's a little bonus I didn't know we had. And last but not least, I have no idea what this is. I legitimately don't remember what I got. And I don't have the scissors with it. It sounds like it needs to be built, whatever it is. Let me see. I have no idea what it is. I was trying to look at my, oh, you know what it is? It's a science lab. This is, oh, I know what it is. So it is the Smithsonian. There's a Smithsonian Mega Science Lab. It comes with a volcano and a whole bunch of other things. I don't remember what all is in it, but that's the only thing that's on this list that I didn't see. So I'm gonna say that's what's inside, is it is a mega science lab. It's basically like world science type stuff, or Earth. That's what I'm trying to say. Earth science. So things that have to do with, I'm trying to remember what is in it besides volcanoes, maybe weather. So that's the other thing that's in here. So well, there you go. Those are all of my goodies. So I think this is almost everything I've ordered for this year. I've got maybe about 2 or 3 more boxes out from Amazon, and I think 1 more from Rainbow Resource. But this is a good chunk of what I was waiting on. So anyway, hope you found this helpful. And if you've never used Rainbow Resource, they've got great prices on things. It's worth checking out. And I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Bye.